This is Living Power with Dan Hurst.
Jesus nails it in verses 9 and 10 of John 14 when he says, when you see me, you're seeing God. I'm speaking under the authority of God who lives in me, and he works, and the works that he does through me, I'm speaking in that authority. You're seeing God when you're seeing me. And in saying that, Jesus gives us some insight as to how God works and how he can be seen. In fact, God lives in us through the Holy Spirit, and he works through us. And so Jesus goes on in the next few verses, and he says, if you want to see God, if you want to know God and see what God is up to, then I'm going to give you the insight. Here's how you see God. And I want you to take this and apply this in your life, because every one of us goes through and may be going through some things now or will be going through some things in the future where we really need to see God. We need God to show up. Well, how will you know if God shows up? How will you see God? How will you know if you've seen God? Well, Jesus begins to explain it. And he starts with verse 11. And he says that, first of all, the way that you see God is you see God in the revelations that he has already given you. That's the first step. You see God in those things that he has already given you. Believe me that I am in the Father and the Father is in me, or else believe on account of the works themselves. The first part of the statement refers to what Jesus says about himself. In other words, he says, believe what I'm saying. Believe my word. Believe me. Last Sunday we talked about the word belief and how the word belief means to yield to the control of something that you trust. And something totally takes over your life because you believe it. You believe in it. God reveals himself through his word. In fact, that's what the Bible is. It's the written revelation of God. When you look at the Bible, you're looking at the only eternal thing that you can see here on earth. Not the pages or the ink, but the word itself. That's the eternal revelation of God. And so when God speaks to us, he reveals himself through his word. That's one of the ways that he reveals himself. But we can also see God not only through his word, but we also see him through his works. We see him through his works. For example, the works of God through nature. Psalm 19:1 says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Listen, if you spend any time outside gazing into the heavens on a starry night, and you don't think that there's some greater being, there's something wrong with your thinker. Because we believe because we see. There's just something that is revealed through the incredible revelation of God through his nature, through his handiwork.
On behalf of Dan Hurst and the Open Class, we want to thank you for watching. We hope it was a blessing.